You know how I got my job with Paramount? Ever tell you this story?
God, yes, you have.
Yeah, when I went into interview with Paramount, I'd actually gone in as a musician, and but I had put on there that I do sound and AV audio and some lighting, and the gal came out to talk to me as I'm sitting out there in this sea of musicians, and she's like, so it says here you do some sound and stuff. I'm like, yeah. She says, well, you want to come and talk with me real quick? I'm like, well, this is weird. So we're going back, and she says, you don't want to be one of these musicians. You want to be the sound guy. I'm like, what do you mean? She says, first off, it pays like a lot better than the musicians. I'm like, okay, I'm listening, sister. But on my application, what had caught her eye was down at the end, it says, is there anything that you would like to tell us that might influence us towards hiring you for working with Paramount? And I wrote in there, Disney is Satan. And she says, I notice on your application you wrote Disney is Satan, and I've never had anybody in my entire career with that type of honesty. I want to hire you right now. I said, okay, sister, just tell me the name and the place, we'll rock it. And there I was for the next 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost time for the craziest podcast on the internet today. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please get ready for another episode of the Tulsa Sound Podcast, coming to you live from the 29th floor of the Atlas Life building in downtown Tulsa. Please welcome the Tulsa Sound Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Eric, and this is my co-host, Oscar J. Padron.
Hello, I am your co-host, Oscar Padron, and seated next to me is the man known as the Prattville Peeper.
Oh, no.
My good co-host, Mr. Eric. How are you, buddy?
Oh, gee. Well, my allergies are killing me, so I waited until just time to come down to the studio to take my meds. So yeah, I should be okay, though.
All right. All right. So as we all know, Mr. Eric snorts his allergy medicine. Wow. And has once been addicted to Zantac 75.
It just kicked in on me there. Oh, how are y'all doing out there?
Hey, good to see you. Glad you tuned in. We're glad you're here with us. We want you to twist one up, grab something to eat, get some snacks.
Snack it.
Join us here now for the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
That's right. You know, hey, man, I'd like to get to, I know it's been a couple of weeks since we did our last show. We took a little vacation. I had to have a medical procedure.
Yes, Mr. Eric had a penis lifting.
Thank you. Well, sort of. No, you wouldn't think that in order to work on your heart that they'd have to punch in a groin, but they sure did. But I got over it, and so we're back in the studio today.
That's right. We're back and we're strong.
We're back and we're strong. Hopefully you've seen our latest little flash about HASHIOKA. What is HASHIOKA?
HASHIOKA is coming to the venue shrine on June 30th.
Where's my flyer? Here, wait, folks. Somebody put something on it. HASHIOKA. Now,
That's
what
right.
is HASHIOKA?
Now, HASHIOKA is the Choctaw word for sun water. And it also means festival gathering in Choctaw.
Oh, I see.
But they did it in the sun near the water. So it was referred to as sun water. HASHIOKA means sun water, festival gathering, and feasting.
And so the closest we could get was 18th in Boston.
That's right. We're going to be bringing the show to 18th in Boston to the venue shrine on Sunday, June 30th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Come on out.
Come on
Tickets
out.
available now on Stubwire and at the venue shrine.
We're going to be talking a lot about this show because actually that's really all we have to talk about this week. We have no special guests, so we're just going to drive this one right in the ground for you there. But in
We do have some
reality,
stuff to talk about.
This is going to be a fun thing. First off, it's our first opportunity to do something for you, our viewers, that is out there in the tangible world. It's not just some crazy thing that you watch on your telephone or your
That's right.
YouTube
This is the
at
Tulsa
home.
Sound Podcast group meetup. There are over 3,000 people in the
They
group.
are out there.
And come on down to the Shrine. It's a meet and greet for everybody. If you're part of the group, come on down. Even if you're not part of the group, come on down and become part of the group.
Listen to him. He's going to talk this right at you. And so I told you, we're going to be talking at this a lot. But the fact is it's going to be a great show with great bands.
Man, I'm excited.
We have assembled a list of bands which really you're not going to find in the same house at the same time, but it all ties back to Tulsa Sound Podcast. And over the last year and a half, 2 years, these are mostly groups that have been on the show or have a direct connection.
This is a show of our musical friends.
And,
it's a big gathering, and we'd like everybody to come down and take part.
HASHIOKA and... As you said, the gathering by the water.
Yes.
18th and Boston, close enough.
18th and Boston.
Close enough. We're going to have the fire department come out and spray the place down so we can get that water effect. They're going to be glad to do it because they're going to be over there getting with... Who you're going to have a food truck there, baby?
Yeah, Rock and Roll Concessions, Rock and Roll Johnny's coming. And
Rock and Roll
we've
Johnny's.
Got lots of vendors coming, everything from crystals to scented oils and soaps. And there will be incense for sale and tie-dyed shirts. And come on down and support these local artists.
That's right. We will have... Tulsa Sound Podcast stuff to sell there.
And absolutely. Come get a T-shirt.
It'll be great.
And not just from us. All the bands are bringing their own merch, so please come on out and help support these bands. This is how you can do it.
This is one way you can do it in a safe and sane way. And also, it's a hell of a lead-off to the 4th of July weekend, which is going to be a real mind blower too. I don't know how many of you, but really enjoy the 4th of July like I do. But I would like to announce one of our new sponsors is the Boom Boom Room Fireworks at the corner of 56th Street North and North Lewis Avenue, the Boom Boom Room, a 2-for-1 on Tuesdays. You blow your hand off at half price. So, folks, that's right. We want to get that whole 4th of July weekend thing working for us, and everybody's just having a good time because, heck knows, you never know what's going to happen right around the corner. But we've got some Tulsa Sound stuff tonight. We're going to talk about a number of different topics while we've got you here. And this is show 14.
Yeah, show 14, episode 14. Thank you for hanging with us.
Thank you for hanging with us. We really appreciate it. And the fact is that, with kind of our new shake is we're going to bring in our special guests, every other show, kind of make it a little bit easier for our crew, for everybody else, and get the great talent in here. A lot of people are working, so we have to kind of work around their schedules. However, having said all that, Mr. OJP.
Yes, Mr. Eric.
What is this I hear about Buddy Holly?
Well, Buddy Holly is the roots of the rock and roll tree.
Yeah.
And we want to celebrate Buddy Holly as his death anniversary was May 31st.
Oh, my God. And his death anniversary?
Well,
I know what you mean. What was his birthday?
So let's get right into it, Mr. Eric.
Okay.
That'll be the day, the birth of a rock and roll anthem.
I know that song.
Man, how many people did that song influence, right?
How many people were spawned while that song played?
So it's the summer of 1956, and the airwaves are about to be spectacularly electrified by a spectacular Texan named Buddy Holly, born from an imagination of cinematic inspiration and raw musical talent. That'll be the day. A song. What's that word, Eric?
A song destined to transcend generations. Well, dude, picture this.
Oh, man. Oscar can't read.
Yeah, Oscar's having some eye problems tonight. We're going to get him through this. Maybe he needs his Buddy Holly glasses. We didn't bring him tonight.
Oh, I did.
Damn it. But let's let him. But you know what? Picture this. Here's young Buddy Holly. He's completely unknown outside of Lubbock. But he's seated in a theater, and he's watching the movie The Searchers with John Wayne. And in John Wayne's, one of his traditional lines in this movie is, "That'll be the day." Well, that just rings in the theater, and Buddy Holly's like, "Man, I got to write a song about this. This is going to be it." And that was kind of where that song came from.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, you got your glasses.
And
Great.
the road to That'll Be the Day, fast forward to July 22nd, 1956. Bradley's Barn in Nashville, Tennessee. Imagine it, guys.
Imagine.
It becomes the birthplace of one of rock's most defining tracks. Buddy Holly, flanked by his original band, the Three Tunes, raised down the first recording of That'll Be the Day. Now, the original band was called the Three Tunes, and they laid down the original recording of That'll Be the Day under Decca Records. Capturing Buddy Holly's southern drawl and rebellious spirit, the track melds electric guitar riffs with a melody that encapsulates teenage angst and optimism of 1956. Recorded at one of Nashville's premier studios with Owen Bradley at the controls, this session signifies the confluence of raw talent and professional polish.
That's absolutely right. The magic of That'll Be the Day transcends the production qualities of the day. Buddy Holly's energy, infectious, the defining guitar work, unmistakable Texas twang, they both exude authenticity and timelessness. It's a tune that represents the very soul of rock and roll at the time, a genre still in its infancy, remember. This was a brand new thing.
Brand new genre.
Brand new genre.
Rock and roll was new.
Pop it on the turntable and you're met with a rawness that's polished and untamed. A dichotomy. There's a word for you right there.
It's not dick to me.
No. A dichotomy that would come to define Holly's style.
Oh, absolutely. An impact beyond the studio. Upon release, That'll Be the Day catapults Buddy Holly into the stratosphere of burning rock and roll stars. The song, much like its creator, becomes iconic. It's covered and reimagined by a slew of artists from Linda Ronstadt to the Crickets, continually reasserting its place in the musical zeitgeist.
Oh, you
There's
used
that
the Z word,
yes,
baby.
Yes, I got to use zeitgeist. So the resonance of a phrase borrowed from the John Wayne's Cowboy Bravo transformed Holly's career and sealed his legacy. That'll Be the Day remains more than a song. It's an ethos. It embodies the spirit of defiance and the relentless pursuit of dreams and the heart of youth.
In the pantheon of rock and roll origins, That'll Be the Day stands as a testament to the power of inspiration. From the flickering light of a cinema screen to the vibrant soundscapes of Nashville, Buddy Holly's hit is an enduring reminder that sometimes all it takes is a simple phrase to ignite a revolution. For Tulsa Sound Podcast, Oscar Padron.
Right.
Mr. Eric.
So, man, my mom loves Buddy Holly, and I was raised listening to Buddy Holly all the time. Anytime he'd come on, my mom would light up with joy and call me in to watch him, call me in to see him.
Oscar, come in here right now, damn it. I'm telling you, he's on the TV.
So we were talking earlier, Mr. Eric, and Buddy Holly did have sort of a Tulsa connection.
Well, in fact, he did, didn't he? Because Buddy Holly was, first off, a pretty amazing entertainer. And he managed to forge all of the things that he did almost as firsts in the industry.
Absolutely.
He was probably the first guy to get complete control of his song rights by recording.
Oh, I didn't know.
And that is something that prior to Buddy Holly's day, the singer played the songs, the record company made the money and paid him what they felt like paying him. Buddy Holly wanted a piece of the action and he knew how to get it, and he did. And it set a precedent for almost, the way it became. And what it really did back in those days was set a standard that put a lot more integrity back into the recording process. It helped at the time, it kept music from just becoming a carton commodity. Now, these days, some people could say music has again become a compartment commodity. I don't know what it has, but there's enough people out there right now creating their own original music that we can find on the internet and through other sources than the record companies.
Oh, absolutely.
So let them have that thing, I say, because now we have a much broader world thanks to people like Buddy Holly.
And so Buddy Holly's Tulsa connection was Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Busey played
Busey, ladies and gentlemen.
Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly
We got a
story.
picture of Gary Busey we can put up. Go ahead.
Yeah,
put her up right now. There.
All right.
There he is.
Gary
All right.
Busey is Buddy Holly.
He's our favorite Tulsan.
You know,
because,
Mr. Eric, my mom went to school with Gary Busey and graduated in the same high school class, Nathan Hale High School, with Gary Busey. Small graduating class, the first graduating class of Nathan Hale.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. What
And,
year was that?
I believe it was 1967.
Well, that would be about right. I can hear your mom now.
Oscar, come in here. Gary Busey's a graduating with me tonight.
Well, actually, every time he comes on TV and he's doing one of those weird judge shows or his Busey show or whatever, I say, Mom, look at your classmate. That's what your generation did. Look at this.
Now, listen, I would love to have Gary on this show.
Well,
I
Gary,
would love to.
This is your invitation to come on the pod.
Just plug in your phone and send us one of those little, I think you guys suck things, you know.
Buttered sausage video would be nice, Gary. Just send us your buttered sausage.
You know, we can't get Sherman, and that was really my big goal, but we kind of missed his train there a little bit, and GS, I don't know, he's pretty damn famous, but Gary, you're just one of us.
Yeah, it's fair to mention that Gary
weirdos.
also helped a lot of Tulsa musicians and artists along the way. So once he got out to Hollywood, you know, he helped folks. In fact,
he played that stuff. He wasn't.
Oh yeah, he was a musician.
There
as
wasn't
well.
no lip syncing going on up there. He wasn't no lip syncer.
Right, and so when the Steve Pryor Band got to L.A. in 1990, they were actually signed to Capitol Records through a connection they made with Gary Busey.
Wow.
David Busey was a keyboard player for the band.
Yep.
And through their connections with Gary Busey, they were able to acquire, believe it or not, Stevie Ray Vaughan's management team, and they were signed. And then, of course, the helicopter went down, and a bunch of bad history. So
Bad thing, man.
anyway, we have Tulsa
Bluesmen,
connections
they're
to
out.
all kinds of stuff, but Buddy Holly is not fade away. Let me give you, Eric, what I
Okay.
think is the best opening line in rock and roll.
You better give it to me.
All right, it goes like this. It goes, "I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be." And that, of course, is the opening line, "Not Fade Away." I think it's the greatest line in the opening. It's the greatest opening line in rock songs, period, in my opinion. Because, man, how about the gates coming up? You know, the gates are wide open at that.
Now, Oscar, you know,
He doesn't ask her, he tells her.
Oscar, I have to take a little. Personally, I think this is it. There's a lady who's sure. See, because the lady's sure, you know, and that means that, well, she's buying a Stairway to Heavener. But
You know, the Grateful Dead were huge Buddy Holly fans.
They
and
were.
I have stood in stadiums with 80,000 to 120,000 people chanting NFA before Not Fade Away, as the Grateful Dead did a version of a Buddy Holly song. And I got to tell you, it's spiritual. It is a spiritual experience.
That is amazing. It's amazing facts, Buddy Holly. So let's remember Buddy Holly now. Everybody
Remember
ready?
Buddy Holly.
And pose our lotus position.
No kitty. Bad kitty. No kitty.
All right, Mephisto Bristow. See, isn't it terrible when we don't have a special guest on the show? So, folks, we're going to be back here after a couple of quick commercial
That's right.
messages, so we want you to stick around. We got a lot coming down tonight.
This is the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Don't go anywhere.
Podcast. Prod.
You dare spend your money until you get Doc Rock lowest price guarantees on car audio, home audio, VCRs, and TVs. Telephone with answer answering machine, $49. Two-way home speakers, $10 each. AM/FM cassette in-dash, $29. 19-inch color remote control, $289. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Instant Credit. You look around, you get the best price in town, and you come to Doc Rock, and I'll beat it!
Down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there's a movie theater there. They play lots of movies from Step Brothers to Con Air. And they've been playing concerts that old Taylor Swift has done. And some old boy walked in and ripped a poster down from one. Now the cops are looking for him and they don't know where he's at. They caught him on the camera in his Navy Billy hat. Everybody's wondering where the hell he run off to. I hope the Swifties know I don't condone what these folks do. Now friends, I don't condone taking things that Taylor owns in a movie theater down in Tulsa town. It don't belong to you, we're bound to watch you fall. Well, you should have left that poster on the wall.
What we wanted to do tonight was kind of go over
Who is going to be at HASHIOKA?
Well, that's what I was going to say, but
Yes.
yeah, exactly. And, you know, so in order to do this, I will be like the advocate for you, the viewer. I will be
Yes.
your advocate. So I'll be like, I don't know anything. I don't. So I'm going to ask you questions like I don't know anything, and you'll kind of tell me. And you've got some slides to look
I
at.
do.
That's
Let's get
excellent.
this
Okay,
first one going, Mr. Nathan.
Okay,
Our
well-
fabulous director, Nathan Hall.
Well, actually, he asked us.
To not use his porn name?
Yeah,
we
not
won't
use his
We
porn
won't use
name,
that
man.
name anymore then.
Yeah, it's that's all right. So it's Nathan Popopopoulos. Here we go. Okay. Well, anyway, so how do you want to do this? Like reverse order? Like what they're going to see when they come? Like
as the show starts.
All right. Let me see. Let me get some. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm getting the vibe. I'm looking into the future. Oh, I'm like a first stage navigator.
All right.
All right.
Coming to you soon,
I'm there
Tulsa.
now. My
Get your
Starliner
tickets
is
now
parked
at
out-
Stubwire.
My Starliner is parked directly above the shrine at 18th in Boston, and it's Sunday the 30th, and I'm projecting down now with my little arms and my.
That's right. You see the vendors?
I'm having a Dune moment, guys. I see vendors. I see. So the first acts that we're
Speaking
going
of
to have.
Dune, when you get too old, Nathan and I and Ruben are driving your ass out to the desert and just leaving you.
No, I'm going to thump the ground, get a big worm, come back and
Leaving
get you.
in the desert.
Yeah, well, they call that Osage County, my friend. All you do is you find a 4-number road in Osage County and say, hey, let's go make some hot dogs. Okay.
We could drop Eric off at 31st and 129th. He'd never make his way home.
Yeah. I'm not going to touch that one because I'd get in trouble. Well, so what will be when we first arrive? We'll see some great stuff in the parking lot. Vendors. We'll smell the beautiful smells of
Rock and Roll Johnny's Kitchen.
Rock and Roll Johnny's Kitchen. I mean, this is a whole thing. You've already been over there across the street at Mercury Lounge and knocked back about.
Yeah, that's right. After the Bluegrass Brunch. Come on over to
2 or
HASHIOKA.
40 ounces. You're gonna be man, I'm hungry and shit, man. And
There is
it's over
air conditioning, and comfortable seating at the venue shrine.
That's right, folks. So we're going to see all that in the parking lot. We're going to see girls selling crystals, girls selling tie-dye shirts. We're going to see cars,
lots of stuff.
concrete, asphalt, the fire station. The firemen are going to come out and hose everything down to get the water effect, right? And then it's going to be HASHIOKA on.
I also want to say that we do have some words of inspiration brought to us during the show by Scott Hutchinson.
Scott's going to be there. That's
He's
good.
going to be giving a little spiritual
good.
info.
I'm glad for that.
He will be speaking at HASHIOKA. We're very
Yeah.
excited to announce Scott Hutchinson's participation
In all
from
sincerity,
Explosive
yes,
Records.
that's a great thing. And I am personally working on getting Johnny Ross there from
right.
Snow's Furniture. I want him to be in on
He
this. 'cause
almost did the Johnny
he's-
Ross.
Yeah, see, I want to be, well, anyway, I'm going after his job. But,
My mom hates that guy.
well, your mom,
I'm scared he's on the TV again.
yeah.
Let me tell you what my mom did this week, by the way.
Go ahead and tell me.
So I went to Wendy's this week.
Yeah?
And of course, I went through the
restaurant?
drive-through.
The restaurant.
Yeah, the fast food
Fast
establishment.
food, yeah.
So I go through the drive-through.
Yeah.
Bam! They fucked me in the drive-through.
No, wait. What?
And I'd been at work all day. I was ready to just, I lived
And now
15
they're wanting
minutes
you
from
to
the
have
Wendy's.
sex in your car, and they get you out of the car
No,
for that.
listen. They gave me the order, and I looked in the top of the bag, as one does, and all I saw were napkins. So I thought, yeah, it's in here.
Yeah, that's what I ordered.
So I drive
6
from the
pounds of
Wendy's
napkins.
to my house, 15 minutes away. I get in the door. There's a kid's meal in the bag. There's a kid's burger and kid's nuggets and mom's burger. So I give mom her burger and I say, they screwed me in the drive-thru, Mom. And my mom goes, well, I wouldn't take that.
Oh!
So now my mom's getting me juiced up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking like a bitch in front of my mom.
You go down there, I scared you tell them.
So I'm like, what do I do? And I'm tired of it. So I was like, yeah, Mom, you're right. So I get my ass back in the car.
Oh,
Here
no.
I go to the
can't believe
Wendy's.
he's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, they always fuck you in the drive-thru every time. How often has this happened to everybody watching this show?
Well, you know, Oscar.
Don't let my mom find out about it. She will shame you into going back up there and getting what you paid for.
Oh, well, I let it go, but I keep tabs. And so later on this year, later on towards the end of summer, we're going to be doing a special here on the show where we will be rating all of the late night drive-thrus in Tulsa.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because
Absolutely.
if you're a part of the Tulsa music scene, then Whataburger is probably responsible for your health problems. Because we live in a town
I have
with
it on.
very...
You know, I know this for a fact that Brandon Clark survives solely on Whataburger. DC and the Big Rig is a band that moves on Whataburger.
When they gave me my heart surgery, they said I had a sticker in there, grilled onions. It was horrible. They had to take it off. Oh, it hurt. But the fact is, we're gonna visit some of the drive-thrus, even though it's technically against the law to videotape a drive-thru. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tape the timer. Okay, so that's going to be it. And I personally believe the winner is going to be Fat Phillies.
I shoot drive-thrus
For 1
all the
o'clock
time.
in the morning on a Friday night. Personally, I believe that's where your
Hey,
winner
well,
is.
this remains to be seen.
So we're going to get to that. But, you know, we've gotten off track, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
let's get back into
And
HASHIOKA.
I just want to apologize for having gotten off track because usually when we do this show, we have an agenda. But tonight they said, no guest. I'm like, oh, hell. Oh, hell. So I'm a little on it
Thank you
tonight.
for apologizing, Eric.
It's
Eric
okay.
is a Hollywood apologist.
I am, and I survived. I survived a critical surgery here a couple of weeks ago. I'm feeling good about myself. So anyway, so tell me, we're gonna have DJ
Yes.
for the first little
Sergeant
while.
DJ Jesse Price will be spinning to start the show. Now, if you haven't seen Sergeant DJ Jesse Price, come on out to the HASHIOKA. He will be spinning in between the band set changes and before and after the show. So come on out. There'll be some dance music.
And you
It's
know,
gonna be a good time.
I've heard a lot of musicians say, like being a DJ, man, it's not like rocket science. But Jesse, he is a helicopter maintenance officer. He's a warrant officer.
Yes.
He's in charge of one of these giant multi-million-dollar
Sergeant Jesse,
Army
we want to
helicopter.
thank you for your service. Absolutely.
I mean it.
So let's get
he's a
into
good friend.
it.
So he's going to be rocking us as we get in there, and then the first act up is that crazy wacky nut that we all love, our very own a mentor to the stars, the man whose lyricals are without a doubt some of the deepest and most thoughtful songwriting I've experienced in years. The Big Mogus.
Big Mogus.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Musical Madness by Big Mogus.
And he has asked me to sit in with him on that set.
All right.
And we did a little sit in here a couple of weeks ago when my friend Tony Mills was here from out there in Minnesota where he's from. And so I sat in with Mike, and it's always fun because I don't really practice with him. I just sit in, and if you know Mogus's music, It's pretty intense. So
And there Mogus is in his
there it
natural
is.
habitat.
Look at him. That beautiful sunlight pouring in the west side.
Yes.
As you can almost smell the Brahms from that stage, I'll tell you.
We're very excited to have Big Mogus bring his unique brand of music to the stage at
That's right.
HASHIOKA.
And here he is with his sidekick, Sony. And
Reel to reel.
Sony's keeping it real to real. Anyway, we're gonna just entertain and kind
Absolutely.
of wake the house up.
So here's Johnny Mullinex waking Mogus up.
Oh, he's touching
He's touching the Big Mogus.
Oh my!
My God.
Heavens to mercy, ladies and gentlemen! I can't believe we've seen such pornography on this television station here.
And Mike is a true artist. Mike is living his art, and it is a high calling. What Mike does, and many of you may not understand, is that Mike is living the art that he's producing. And
He's
that is
living it.
a fabulous thing to see in action, folks.
Last week, he wrote a song about robbing a bank, and I'll be damned, there he was on Saturday afternoon, gun in hand, robbing the bank. I just blew my... Hey, who's that old guy up there with
Hey,
you?
look at well, Mr. Eric. Big Mogus is known to play with the geriatrics.
Ladies and
He
gentlemen,
reaches out to his elders.
In the picture you're being shown, the sunlight is reflecting off my head in such a way that it makes it look like I've got hair. Isn't that amazing, ladies and gentlemen?
Eric looks like Dale Gribble in this photo.
I certainly do. Oh, that's more like it.
Yeah, there you are. That's a great shot.
I
of you two.
have so much fun playing with him because it is a super challenge. I mean, here I am, and I've been through the TU jazz program, and I can tell you, he writes some very sophisticated stuff and some really cool interplay. I'd love to hear his music completely orchestrated and taken all the way to the top. But that's his gig, not mine.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting in. I'm just gonna be there to shake a leg, as it will.
Yeah. I'm very excited to have Big Mogus, and of course this is the venue Shrine, so come on out, get your life together.
There it is. I've seen that place.
Get your life together and come to HASHIOKA already. What are you doing on Sunday?
I would call this the gas station next to the Louisiana, but I'm an old timer.
You are. There's another picture of Mogus and Johnny with a painting that my niece Isabella did.
Son
Isn't
of
that
a
great?
gun.
Isn't that great? I love
That
her.
is amazing. She's
So,
a
of course,
painter.
again, here's our HASHIOKA poster.
There it is, the poster.
The official poster.
So you see
Look
down
for it,
there at the
look for it
bottom,
around.
Big Mogus, Mr. Eric. So here we are at the
right.
bottom. So now we're getting ready to jump up to the next level. Oh, but first,
Yeah, a little rock and roll Johnny concession will be there. Come on out, man. The guy has great food.
look at that. He cooks with spatulas that look like guitars. Man, if that ain't it right there.
That's commitment, folks.
Oh, rock and roll outlaw.
Okay, so here we have a little bit of housekeeping. This is our Venmo, and so should you care to contribute to the show, get your phones out right now, scan this image, go to your phone, go to the photos,
Wait a minute.
and scan this image, and this will take you to the Venmo, and you can donate to the Tulsa Sound Podcast. Guys, I need to pay my crew. In order to pay my crew, you got to send donations. That's how it works. So,
All right, well, I'm trying to do it here. I'm trying to... wait, it went off. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back, Mr. Director. There. Oh, thank God. Oh, phew. Now I can donate money to myself. This will be great. Okay, got it.
all right, good deal. So,
I must be rushing on.
guys, we need your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right, so next on the bill, coming up to HASHIOKA, is Cowboy Jones with Bob Wiles. Red Dirt Heroes.
Red Dirt Heroes.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me about this. I don't know anything. Tell me.
Cowboy Jones, Mr. Eric. Cowboy Jones does traditional red dirt music, and here I am with Bob Wiles, one of my mentors,
There
one of
he
my
is.
near and dear good friends. And, it's just going to be special to have Bob on stage. I can't wait for what's coming.
Well, this is going to be fun now.
Absolutely. So we have a shot of Cowboy Jones on stage at the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame down in Muskogee.
Well, them guys, they all got cowboy hats on. By
Yes,
God.
they do. White cowboy hats.
Oh, now. Well,
We like that.
Ain't like that Clint Black fella there now.
So here's a picture of Anthony Pierce, guitarist for Cowboy Jones.
Yeah.
Man, I T-Bone Hogleg and I have become fast friends in the last year, and I cannot wait to see these guys perform. This is going
Is
to
that
be
just a hat floating back there, or is that somebody on a steel guitar?
well,
No, it's just a hat floating back there. I can't help but notice it. I see these.
It's on a mic stand.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, here's
And
Oscar.
here we are. Here I am with Gene Wiles, and Gene will be singing with Cowboy Jones on Sunday
Well,
at the
there you
Shrine.
go.
Come on out and support Miss Jean and the Fun Girls, and look for her at the merch table. I'm sure they have lots of T-shirts and stuff for sale from Cowboy Jones.
Because that's the only way we musicians eat is selling those T-shirts. Look, there's a whole stage full of them.
Yes, the Cowboy Jones is a big band. Come on out and see these guys.
Where were these pictures taken here?
Now, this is, again, at the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame in Muskogee.
Yeah, well, there we go in Muskogee, and we're going to try to get that place on the show before too long, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Reaching
especially
out
after
to
we
those
give them all
folks.
these great plugs for the Country Music Hall of Fame in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Muskogee, Oklahoma, USA. Here I am with Anthony Pierce.
Anthony's
And
there.
he is one of the most soulful singer-songwriter guitarist in the area. This guy is a mentor to the young, and he's just somebody that we are lucky to have.
A
in
mentor
Tulsa
to the
Sound.
young and a helper to the aged.
That's true, and he catches a shitload of fish.
Hell we go.
Man, he catches a bunch of fish. So there I am
I've
with
seen that
Bob.
picture before.
Yeah. Cowboy Jones.
There they are.
Come on out for traditional red dirt music at HASHIOKA at the venue Shrine.
There's
on
that
Sunday
damn
the
hat
30th.
again back there. There it is again. Is that like the Invisible Band member? Go back on that. Go back. No, looky there. It's like the Invisible Band member. Boys, what do you think? Invisible Band member out there? You think they pay him?
No, that's Bob's hat. It's his cowboy hat.
I don't believe it.
He
No,
just keeps it
no.
there ready to go.
It's the Invisible Pedal Steel Man right there. You know what they call him?
That's the
Slim.
ghost of Sheb Woolley.
Oh, whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheb Woolley, of
Sheb
course.
Woolley.
The king of Branson, Missouri.
King of
Branson, Missouri.
State Bridge, Colorado.
Well,
actually.
a lot of places.
So here we have the boys again.
$7.
Come on, there's Gene on stage singing with Cowboy Jones. It's going to be a great opportunity for you guys to see some traditional red dirt Oklahoma music.
See, that's what we need.
Right, and there's a great shot of Bob. Man, I love me some Bob
Got that
Wiles.
purple guitar again. Oh, boy.
And here they are. They do a little summertime gig out at the...
Out at the growing plant. Looks like
Well,
they got
no,
some
it's at-
marijuana
it's,
plants they're growing up there.
It's at West Side Bread and Breakfast out there by you, Eric.
The silo?
I'm not sure what it's called,
Oh.
but it's out there near the Tulsa Boys' home. It's in that area. And here is Cowboy Jones on stage at the Shrine. So here's a little preview.
The son of a gun is going to look
What
pretty
they
much
will
like
look
this.
like.
You're going
Yes.
to get those big monitor speakers right up there in your face.
I can't remember the name of this inn.
It's not the silo.
No.
Because that's over there by KTUL TV.
All right. Cowboy Jones. Guys, and this is a harmonica player. This guy does an incredible version of Milk Cow Blues.
Oh, boy.
He steals the show, and it's just one of the kindest human beings I've ever met. And we just want to encourage everybody to come on out to HASHIOKA.
That's what we're doing here. That literally.
Oh, and there's Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Now, Jeremiah, this will be the one guy you have to sound check on the day of the show. As long as Frenchie can hear himself, you're going to be just fine. The others are easy peasy.
He's got the sunglasses for it. He's ready to rock.
Yeah. So we're going to slide through a few more of these here. And again,
We got a lot of pictures of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well, I
keep
love
rolling it
these
there.
guys.
Okay. Okay.
Tulsa Sound Podcast.
So now we're going to jump up one more level here.
Yes.
And now it's time for.
Well, Nathan's going to roll a video for the folks at home
Okay.
of that. And when we come back, we will be discussing lime juice.
Thank goodness, because I can't hold my breath anymore. All right, folks, we're going to watch this video. We'll be right back live.
Take your time, be in your mind. So learn to let go and leave the past behind. Here is now, then was then. You may think it's the start, but it's the end of the end. And it ain't me, and it ain't you. No, life is that's exactly what you do. You can try to deny. Pleasure is pain's best alibi. Sometimes it's all just too much. Never enough. Don't make an equation for life, 'cause it changes. Sometimes it's all just too much. It's still not enough. I don't make an equation for life, 'cause it changes. Don't you make an equation for life, 'cause it changes too much. Comedy and tragedy are divided by a very fine line, and how you feel is dependent on which side you're on. Is it quality or quantity? If we are what we repeatedly do, then excellence is not an act but a habit for you. It's about time I learn to love myself again, or get better at pretending. Who wants to get any better at pretending? Solo over the verse. Dude, that's exactly how we rehearsed it. That's sick. The slithering, dude, we nailed it. Like a snake in the grass. Just a mural of a man who convinced himself that the rain is what made all his colors last. I'm feeling just fine, though I'm overweight, out of shape and addicted. What the hell else am I missing? I mean, Oscar, what the hell am I really missing?
Little rusty, y'all. Some call him Frenchie. Just don't call him late to the jam.
Well, sail on, sail on, sail on, little gal, sail on. Oh, sail on, sail on, sail on, little gal, sail on. And if you keep on sailing, you're gonna lose your happy home. Go on, bro. baby, and get along with you. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop my crying, gonna leave you alone. Well, if you'll be on you, baby, yes, I'm gone. You won't see my face come around here no more. And you will be wondering where has my good man gone. Take it on, brother, yeah.
Roadside motor court, cabins made of sandstone. Traveling in style, wasn't poured in the storm. Those walls could talk, the stories they could tell, son. Roadside motor court used to keep you safe and warm. And now there's holes in the roof and weeds by the door. The building's still there, but they don't see no travelers no more. I guess they used to grow cotton on these tired old farms. Fill their wagons time and again with their weary old arms. They get some money at the gym, pay some credit at the store. They scratch and they worked at the land till the dirt got old. Now that old cotton gin, some kind of second-hand store. The building's still there, but they don't gin no cotton no more. There used to be dancing at the log cabin bar, laughing and carrying on, making out in the car. They used to put sawdust on the concrete floor. They danced all night long till the feet got sore. On Sunday morning, the law shut down. Now there ain't no place to go dance in this town. There used to be a place to go dance in this town. There used to be a place to go dance in this town. The building's still there, but they don't see no traveler. Been a long time since they've chilled in cotton. There used to be a place to go dance in this town. There used to be a place to go dance in this town.
We're back. How about that video?
Oh, man, wasn't that great?
Ah, super.
Ooh, good stuff.
I feel like I sat here and watched it.
Good stuff. It's like being there.
It's just like it. Anyway, so now we're going to move up to the next artist on our exciting list is Lime Juice.
Lime Juice.
I don't know anything. Tell me.
They are led by a band director out of the Tahlequah area, featuring Cole Siegel, and they're kind of a jazz funk combo in the style of Snarky Puppy.
Oh, Snarky Puppy.
Yeah, and David Crosby was a huge Snarky Puppy fan, by the way.
Oh, well, let's see. You learned
That's how I
something new
actually
every day.
found out about him. David Crosby was talking about Snarky Puppy one night.
Huh.
I decided to investigate him. But yeah, Lime Juice, guys, you're going to be amazed. That's all we can say.
You got some pictures to show me of these guys?
We do.
Jazz, funk, music.
Now, this section of the show is brought to you by the West Tulsa Blues Society, Tulsa Sound Blues Authorities, the Tulsa Sound West Tulsa Blues Society.
And here's how you say it. West Tulsa Blues Society.
All right. So here we have Lime Juice.
Well, there's a boatload of them up there on that on that stage there.
Yes.
That there fellow's playing a trumpet.
Yes.
Or is that a cornet?
He's
It's
got a cornet.
trumpet. It's actually a trumpet, actually.
Yeah, trumpet.
Yeah.
All right.
That there fellow's playing himself a
And
saxophone.
this was one night at Thelma's Peach.
Uh-huh. So they are sort of a jazz, funk, alternative...
Oh, very much so. A fusion band,
if
you will.
They play a lot of like go-go beat. And...
It's interesting, and we don't want to give too much away because Lime Juice is the big surprise of the show.
Oh, Well, then maybe we shouldn't be mentioned. Maybe it shouldn't be on the poster.
We are mentioning them because we are welcoming Lime Juice with open hearts and open minds, and we just can't wait.
Pretend like it's not there. Just be a surprise. Be like, surprise! Surprise!
Lime Juice. They've been packing it out at Thelma's Peach lately, and we just
boy.
want to turn you guys on to some hip new music, and this is our way of doing it.
That was formerly known as Thelma's Old Man Bar.
Yes.
God dang it. These days we live in, I'll tell you what.
So the sound and the lights will be done by Jeremiah Kirby.
Oh, Jeremiah Kirby, but he's not singing or playing, huh?
No. He's just going to be doing sound and lights.
Oh,
He's
so we're
an
making
incredible
him
musician.
work. I see.
That's right. He will be working. He will be there. He is a one-man production gang.
He sure is, and you know what? Look at him there. He's playing guitar. He's in front of the keyboard.
He's a hell of a blues guitarist.
He's trying to pass a kidney stone in this picture. We hope he gets better before the show. You know, that can be very painful. My dad said it's almost like childbirth. Of course, my mom said, how the hell would you know? So, I don't know. I was just a kid on the floor.
All right.
Jeremiah Kirby and Charlie Red.
Let's do it. You are the girl
Charlie Red will be joining us. I couldn't be more excited.
Charlie is
incomparable Charlie Red.
Yeah, he's first off, when we did the Jimi Hendrix thing here last year, he was one of the headliners on that, and of course down so on my day gig, I get to work with them quite a bit, and he has been. One of the cool things is they play a lot for our local charities.
Yes.
And
Charlie does a lot of charity work.
He does charity work.
Let that be an example to you.
They are probably, I would wager to say, outside of a couple of the real country bands, they're probably the hardest working band in town.
So here's Charlie Red and Jerry and Ignacio, and we love these guys.
I hope he won't mind me.
crew.
I hope he won't mind me saying this, but in some ways, Charlie's kind of taken over the Tiller from
Earl Clark?
That's what I was going to say.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because, first off, Earl's a good friend of mine, but when I see that strong musical leader and everybody knows who you are, everybody
in this town knows who Charlie Red is.
They know him, and we know him, and we're glad he's going to be there. And bringing a whole band in, it's going to be...
Absolutely. So here's a great picture of Charlie with Paul Benjamin.
Oh, there he is. Look at that. He looks like a highway patrol officer. He's like he's going to say, "Sir, I need you to step out the car."
Charlie Red Live is an experience.
Yeah, very dynamic, very professional, but most importantly, very comfortable.
Yeah.
Very comfortable in their own skin. They know what they're doing. They're just up there having a good time. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of sweating and worrying on that stage.
There's a great shot of Charlie. I just want to mention too that Charlie Red's a great father.
Yeah?
No, yeah, absolutely.
You been his son for a while? How you gonna?
Watch this man parent his kids, and he is a good father.
I'm just being funny, but that's what I'm paid to do. Anyway, so there they are. So Charlie's going to be bringing the band up there, and
yeah, we're real excited to see Charlie.
Oscar, let me ask you a question. Approximately how long will each of the sets be? At
about
HASHIOKA?
45 minutes.
So we're going to do 45 with a 15 turn?
Yeah, Lime Juice will play for an hour.
Oh, because they're surprised.
Oh, man.
Well, because they got more guys, see, and so here's the thing. And since this is primarily a show that celebrates rock and roll production, in big bands, we're going to let them play a little bit more because, God, it just moving all that equipment. Give me just another 10 or 15 minutes break before I got to go up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I can't wait to see Charlie Red do his thing. He is going to be bringing the get down.
He's got on them Lenny Kravitz glasses there, by God. Next thing you know, he's going to be telling us he hadn't had sex for like 40 years.
Wait, that's you.
No, that's me. That's right. That's right. I just...
Eric has become what's known as a re-incel. After not having sex for 30 years, he's officially closed for business, folks.
Yeah, well, no, it... Well, no, now, that was part of the deal with the marriage, it's a flat piece of plastic like a Ken doll. It's, you remember how Alan, the old Allens, like from like the 60s, kind of that... that's me. That's me standing here. Oh,
there's Charlie Red and I.
There's Charlie. That was right before he was asking you for that money that you owed him.
He's about to whisper, "Hey man, let me get that. You got that $7 for them tacos."
He's about to shiv you up that wall back there.
Remember them tacos we got together, Oscar? You never paid me, man.
Hey, Oscar,
what the fuck, man?
Hey, Oscar, man, I need to talk to you outside.
I got your money, Charlie. I got your money.
I need to talk to you outside, man. Hey, man, I need to talk to you outside.
But we love Charlie Red, and guys, we want to share how much we love Charlie Red with you. Come on out.
We want him. We want you to experience him with us on stage at HASHIOKA June 30th at the Shrine, 18th in Boston. And look, now, what's more dangerous than a box of rattlesnake eggs?
Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Tulsa Sound Podcast. That's damn.
We are Tulsa's number one music podcast.
Number uno.
Number one. Featuring Ruben Blackshire, Tulsa's number one fastest rising lighting designer in the area. All this lighting done by Ruben. But remember these rattlesnake eggs when we were kids?
See.
They were all over the place.
Well, that's why it's where the snakes came from. Oh, look at that. Is that one of your, is that an AI art?
No, it is not.
Oh, well, that's good.
All right. Okay, so
Who's
moving
next?
Moving on.
Then Charlie Red
man,
will
that's
shake
Charlie
the
Red.
hand of this old bearded guy.
Look at that lid Charlie wearing, man.
Oh, goodness
I love
gracious. We're gonna have to get Brad one of those type of hats.
I'm telling you what. Speaking of Brad Absher,
Speaking of him,
oh, let's talk about Brad Absher and his superiors. They will be joining us on the stage.
now,
at
Oscar, you
HASHIOKA.
would actually say that Super Riles, wouldn't you?
That's another one off the Tulsa T record I'd like to play for you. It's called Hard As I Can. We might be able to get Steve White up here and do one for you in a minute if you're nice. I want you to love me just as I am. You know I can't be without a man. You'll think I'm not trying. Promise I am. Lord, I'm loving hard as I can. I want you to kiss me and then get away. We'll take it slow, slow, slow. This ain't no game. The thing I'm trying, promise I am. Lord, I'm loving hard as I can. Just as you see, you're gonna hear things about me. Sure won't wanna believe. You'll think I'm not trying. I promise I am. Lord, I'm loving hard as I can. Come on, roll. Just take me, just as you see. You're gonna hear things about me. Sure wanna believe. I'm trying. Promise I am. Lord, I'm loving as hard as I can. Yeah, I'm loving hard as I can. Lord, I'm loving hard as I can.
So,
Oh, well, anyway.
here we are.
Hey, that's Oscar. Look, you guys are like having a beard contest to see which one of y'all could look older.
well, that'd be me in this shot.
That's a great
been,
picture.
Brad's been losing weight and getting in shape.
Yeah,
man.
Brad looks like a speed addict. You kind of look like a diabetic.
Now, type 2 diabetic, sir.
Right on.
There's Brad on the street. I believe it's New Orleans.
No, that's actually that's at Silver Dollar City. I swear to God.
Well, Brad loves the rides, and he and Amy go up there often.
By the way, folks, and I mean it seriously. One of my favorite roller coasters in the world is at Silver Dollar City, which is Fire in the Hole. They have rebuilt Fire in the Hole. It took 2 years to rebuild the ride, and now it is world class.
So Brad is an incomparable blues artist. He will be laying down the Tulsa Sound blues for you at HASHIOKA at the Venue Shrine on Sunday the 30th. Come on down and listen to some traditional blues with Brad Absher.
He'll be Superial, and them Superials will be up there.
So, hey, Mr. Eric, do you know what a Superial is?
I suppose you're going to tell me now.
Yes, I am. So a Superial is that cap that goes on top of a saxophone player's reed and mouthpiece.
I'll be darned.
So the little cap that goes on top of the mouthpiece and the reed is known as a Superial.
You know, we always called those in orchestra, we called them salt shakers. And then you know what we'd do with them? We'd take them from them punk horn players and we'd smash them on the ground and say, "Don't mess with the string section, baby!" I got an instrument here bigger than your mama.
So we love Brad, and if you haven't seen Brad, Brad's been doing this for over 36 years. Come on out and see him.
If you don't see anything else, this is what you need to see.
This is going to be the headline of the show for sure. This is Brad Absher and the Superiors.
And you know, Brad, we had such a great time on the show. We actually split that into 2 shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's, you know, and we have had hundreds of guests here on the show, but out of all of those hundreds of guests, Brad was one of them, and we had such a great time with him when he was here.
Absolutely.
And he's so funny. He's so laid back and personal.
So here's Brad with Samantha Fish, blues artist Samantha Fish. She will be playing the Cain's Ballroom this month. Go out and see her. She is fantastic. This girl can play.
Wanda the Fish.
No, Samantha Fish.
Oh, Samantha the Fish. Okay, I got it.
She's selling out arenas, man. She's the real deal.
Oh, well.
All right, and here's Brad at
There's some
Oktoberfest.
There's some Superials back there. Ain't that white back there?
That's Dylan Layton.
Oh, okay. I couldn't quite tell.
And here's Brad out at Carneyfest.
Yep, Carneyfest.
Yeah, and back at Oktoberfest.
Back there he is again.
And there's Dylan Layton.
He's doing the fest.
And Matt Martin there behind him.
Matt Martin, ladies and gentlemen, former civil employee, now wild, crazy
former
musician.
drummer for Reba McEntire.
Yeah, but before that, he worked for the city of Tulsa with their film group, man.
He was a 911 operator.
Well, that's how we got started.
Yeah.
See, here's how it works. If you want to go to work city of Tulsa, you're a musician, you call up Chuck DeWalt. And then Chuck kind of signs you in, and then boom, next thing you know, you're on the gravy train. Well, that's how it happens. I'm sorry.
So,
well,
Tulsa's
he's the Tone King.
Brad Absher, absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again.
You have.
Although Ben Hahn has incredible tone, and lots of guys have incredible tone.
That's right.
But I'm just going to go out on a limb here and tell the folks that Brad Absher is Tulsa's Tone King.
There he is.
There it is. I will die on this hill. Here we have a good picture of our good friend, Mr. Cole Siegel. The man just played with Organ Breath last Friday night, and Ruben and I went and checked it out. Incredible project. Good stuff, Mr. Eric.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Well, that's what we want. That's what we want here, and that's why we've put together HASHIOKA for you.
Yeah, and there's another shot of the Superials live at the Hunt Club.
It's the Tulsa Sound Podcast Love Letter to Tulsa 2024
This is our love letter to Tulsa.
There they are. Look, they are writing the love letter right now. Look at them go.
Man, if you guys haven't had a chance to see Cole Siegel play, get out and watch Cole Siegel play. The guy's in 8 different bands right now.
Holy cow.
That means he's a hot commodity. This is a guy you want to go see.
You can almost pay rent at this point.
Almost.
Shoot. Man, well, I'd be glad when I'm able
White.
to give up my day job so I can become a musician again. Jeez. This whole freaking paying the bills thing. Hey, here's a crazy question. It's just completely off. haven't seen Damon Daniel for a while. You got a picture of him?
I have not seen him lately.
Well, Damon
Daniels, reach out to us. We miss you and we love you.
We want you to come on the show. I'd love to have you just sitting here laughing with me. But more importantly, we want you to come to HASHIOKA if you can.
Absolutely.
If you're not playing somewhere, a big important gig, like you always do. But if you're not, boy, look at that, a personal invitation.
Hey,
Damon
I love
Daniel, my drummer brother.
So we just want to remind the folks that Mr. Eric hates everything.
Yeah, well.
And this is true. He hates The Gathering Place, Disney, and probably your band.
Yeah, I hate Disney, that's for sure. You know how I got my job with Paramount? Ever tell you this story?
God, yes, you have.
Yeah, when I went in to interview with Paramount, I'd actually gone in as a musician, and but I had put on there that I do sound and AV audio and some lighting, and the gal came out to talk to me as I'm sitting out there in this sea of musicians, and she's like, so it says here you do some sound and stuff. I'm like, yeah. She says, well, you want to come and talk with me real quick? I'm like, well, this is weird. So we're going back, and she says, you don't want to be one of these musicians. You want to be the sound guy. I'm like, what do you mean? She says, first off, it pays like a lot better than the musicians. I'm like, okay, I'm listening, sister. But on my application, what had caught her eye was down at the end, it says, is there anything that you would like to tell us that might influence us towards hiring you for working with Paramount? And I wrote in there, Disney is Satan. And she says, I noticed on your application you wrote Disney is Satan, and I've never had anybody in my entire career with that type of honesty. I want to hire you right now. I said, okay, sister, just tell me the name and the place, we'll rock it. And there I was for the next 4 years. There I was, running sound all day, having a great time.
And Eric's prediction did come true. Disney is indeed Satan.
It is indeed. So we know it now. It's out there. It's out there. So, these little predictions, I like to say, it's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time with your finger on the pulse of the world as it falls apart around you. But now we've gone through an entire list of HASHIOKA, and when HASHIOKA is over at the end of the night, we're going to have another special, sort of a Tulsa Sound Podcast special. We're not even going to mention it. It's so special.
Right.
But
there will be a special event during the show that we cannot mention.
We cannot mention it, but you're going to be impressed because you're going to say, man, those guys at Tulsa Sound Podcast, why, they're not as stupid as they appear. And then everybody will be happy. So we really, I know we've made a lot of fun of it tonight, but in seriousness, I think that this is a show that everybody is going to enjoy something here. Everybody is going to enjoy all of it. It's such a rich mixture, and it answers a very important question, which is, in 2024, what is a Tulsa Sound?
Exactly.
And on this list right here is your answer.
Absolutely. And we put together a group of musicians that don't ever play together, and it gives us all a chance to catch up. We're all friends. So it gives everybody a chance to catch up, see each other, and be on the same bill together. It's just going to be a family atmosphere. It's going to be a great time. I'm honored
to be backing up Mike. I really am. And I know that we've talked about rehearsing, but it might be better if we don't. What do you think, Moog? Well, anyway, I'm going to be calling you. But the fact is that we want you guys sincerely to think about making this a part of your 4th of July week. We're going to expand the 4th of July this year from Friday to Sunday. It's going to be a 12-day, don't go to work, bender, let's get it on, judge monstrosity. And I feel like we're going to have a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, wait, baby, let's go.
All right. Well, tickets are on sale at the Venue Shrine and at stubwire.com.
Now, it's not like in the old days where you just would get your tickets at Starship, but Venue Shrine has decided. And do we have one of those QRs we're going to put up for that?
Yes, our director, Mr.
We're going to.
Popovich.
In fact, right. son of a Popovich is going to put that up right now. The QR code for tickets I will tell you this, that there's going to be a lot of things given away, a lot of things thrown off that stage.
Yeah, there'll be free stickers, guys.
Free stickers at least. There's going to be some free T-shirts thrown out.
Oh, and there may be some edibles being passed around.
Maybe, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But we want you all to put it on your calendar. I don't think we could talk more about this if we wanted to, because we've reached the end of our script. But folks, we wanted
to go out and see Seth Lee Jones at the Colony on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Check him out.
I would like to say one thing before we close up on our HASHIOKA special. None of this would be possible if it were not for, and I'm sorry, but my machine died. I can't play his music, but Donnie Rich.
Yes, we want to thank Donnie for having the HASHIOKA.
We went to him and said, man, we got this idea. We want to do this thing. And he's like, he just pulled out the book and said, oh, here's a date. What do you think about this? Bam, bam, bam. And he started hitting us with some great ideas. And even though, he's a very busy man, we're not going to go down there and hang around his elbows, but I'm glad he's on our team with this.
Yes,
I'm
we
glad
want to say hello to Jill Monroe from radio and Lynn Hernandez. We've reached out to both of them, and they've both said they'd talk about this on their radio program.
Well, let's hope so. I'm going to try to.
And we've also reached out to Jimmy Trammell from the Tulsa World. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello,
Come on out
Jimmy.
to HASHIOKA.
I've been in one of his newspaper articles a few years back.
I hope the courts found you innocent.
They did. They did find me innocent. And so, guys, if you want more information, here's how to get it. It's right down here below. See us going by the bug here in the lower third as they say, look at it go. Look here. Wait, it goes this way. I don't know which way it goes. It's not really there. But folks, we want to thank you all so much for sticking with us, for being here and being our friends. We're going to wrap it up now.
That's right.
But the facts are, we are the Tulsa Sound Podcast. The facts are, we asked the question, what is the Tulsa Sound? The facts are, we love Tulsa music. The facts are, we are sponsored by Music Sound World, 2715 South Memorial. Go by and see Jim and Randy today. Facts are, this is my co-host, Oscar Pedron.
And this is my good friend, Mr. Eric
And
Kirk.
that's a fact. You can take it to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you, and we'll see you later on the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
We love you guys. We love you.
It's Friday night. Case night in the city. Play night, and I came to play.